I always loved cars, fast cars, sleek cars, cars that purr like jungle cats and roar like lions. When I was a kid, I plastered my bedroom walls with posters of Ferraris. I'm talking Testarossas, F40s, Enzos. You name it, I dreamt about it. Years of toil later, I finally got one. A shiny, cherry red 488 GTB, my very own Italian stallion. I pinched pennies for years, worked my tail off, skipped vacations, ate ramen noodles, all for this moment. The day I drove it off the lot, I felt like I could fly. The wind in my hair, the engine's symphony, the envious stares, it was intoxicating. I swore I'd cherish this car forever, no matter what. One sunny Saturday, I decided to take my mechanical marvel for a spin. Where? The park, of course. I wanted to bask in the sunshine, enjoy the fresh air, and maybe, just maybe, turn a few heads. As I parked and stepped out, I saw them, a woman and her son staring. He was about 14, all gangly limbs and bad attitude. She had that "I want to speak to the manager" haircut. Little did I know my relaxing day was about to take a turn. The kid, let's call him Dylan, wouldn't take his eyes off my car. He was practically drooling on his oversized sneakers. His mother, who I'll call Karen for obvious reasons, kept shooting me these tight-lipped smiles. You know the kind. The ones that don't quite reach their eyes. I smiled back politely, trying to ignore the awkward tension. I grabbed my picnic blanket and a book, settling under the shade of a giant oak tree. This was my day off. I wasn't going to let some strange kid and his uptight mother ruin it. But then, Dylan started tugging at his mother's arm. He was whining, pointing at my car, and generally making a scene. Karen, bless her soul, didn't try to stop him. Instead, she marched right over to me, a determined glint in her eye.
Excuse me, my son really loves your car. Would it be possible for him to, sit in it?
Now, I'm a pretty generous guy, but letting a complete stranger's teenager sit in my prized Ferrari, that's where I draw the line. Politely, I declined. Her response? Not so polite.
Do you even know who I am? My son deserves to sit in that car. He's been having a bad day.
The way she said it, like my beautiful Ferrari was some kind of magical mood-boosting carousel, was almost comical. I tried to reason with her, explained that it wasn't a toy, that it was valuable, that I worked hard for it. All my words were met with a torrent of entitlement and accusations. She even accused me of stealing the car, because, only criminals could afford Ferraris.
You probably got it illegally anyway. I'm calling the police.
And with that, she whipped out her phone, a triumphant smirk plastered across her face. The police arrived quickly. 2 officers looking slightly amused by the whole ordeal. Karen, of course, launched into her dramatic retelling of events. How I, a dangerous car thief, refused to let her poor, deprived son even look at my stolen vehicle. The officers listened patiently, then turned to me. I explained my side of the story, keeping it calm and factual.
One moment, please.
One of the officers, bless his soul, walked over to my car and ran the plates. Surprise, surprise, it came back clean. With a sigh, the officer turned back to Karen.
Ma'am, he's the rightful owner of the car. Your request is, unreasonable.
Her face, previously contorted in righteous anger, crumpled. Dylan, for once, stayed silent. I left the park that day feeling more exhausted than exhilarated. My encounter with Karen and her son was a stark reminder that some people go through life believing the world owes them something.